Well, folks, the Eugene Carroll assault lawsuit that she filed against Donald Trump is wrapping up. Today, the jury is off. Get the day off. Nice little Friday, 4-day work week. That's pretty awesome. They don't have to be there, but the lawyers, of course, do have to be there because today the judge is going to go over with them the jury instructions that the jury will be given next week. On Monday, closing arguments are going to commence. Eugene Carroll's team will have 2 hours. Trump's defense will then have 2.5 hours for their closing arguments. Then Eugene Carroll's folks will have an additional 30 minutes to give the last word in the closing argument rebuttal. But before we even get to that part, there's been a couple interesting developments. For example, on Wednesday of this week, the second to last day of the full trial, Donald Trump lawyer Joe Taina could not have fumbled things worse. In addition to announcing on Wednesday that he just wasn't going to call any witnesses at all, and the one witness he was going to call decided not to come forward because they got a health issue, they're sick. So Taina says, you know what? Nah, I'm not going to call any witnesses. And Taina also said, we're not going to present any evidence to show that our client is innocent. So nobody's going to testify on his behalf. Nobody's going to come forward with any evidence to show he's innocent. So yeah, I think our work here is done. Are you kidding me? Like, are you kidding me? I have worked in the legal field at one of the best law firms in the country for nearly 20 years, man. That's unheard of, except in cases where the other side has no case. That is the only time you see them not call any witnesses, not produce any evidence at all when they know they have no case. That's pretty bad. But it got even worse on Wednesday as well, because it turns out that Joe Taina apparently didn't even want to be there. He was there, don't get me wrong, he did show up, but they had a slew of witnesses come in, including a mental health expert who talked about, and she was an expert witness for the plaintiff, talked about her reaction, Eugene Carroll's, to the alleged assault, where earlier in the trial it was determined she laughed during it. And the mental health professional said that's actually on par with people going through trauma, is the, inappropriate response to it, right? Their brain cannot necessarily process, and so it goes to these very odd, weird reactions. Taina tried to attack the expert witness by saying, they're paying you for your testimony, aren't they? And she's like, yeah. Which, by the way, is how expert witnesses work. You have to pay these people for their time. So that's not a gotcha. That's just pointing out how the court system works. Then, of course, you had the People magazine reporter who gave her testimony where she alleged that Donald Trump pulled her in the back at Mar-a-Lago, started forcibly kissing her, but he only stopped when a butler walked in. And all Taina could ask during his cross-examination was, did you ever file a report about it? She said, no, I did not. I was shocked. I was scared. I didn't know what to do. And he's like, all right. That was it. And then it got even weirder because Taina, from day one of this trial, by the way, has fumbled things so badly that Donald Trump came out. He's in Ireland inspecting his properties, and he was like, I got to get back to New York City. Like, I got to go. And he says he's going to confront this woman, Eugene Carroll. Let me just read what Donald Trump said. I'm going back to New York. I'll be going back early because a woman made a claim that is totally false. It's fake. I'm going to go back and confront this woman. It's a disgrace, but we have to do it. It's a part of life. Because of that, I have to leave Ireland and I have to leave Scotland where I have great properties. I have to leave early. I don't have to, but I choose to. So Trump is so freaked out and panicked about how bad of a job Taina does. He's like, I can't even finish my vacation. I have to go back to where you should have been from day one, you idiot, to find out what the hell's going on. Here's the thing, though. Like, closing arguments are Monday. They're off today. Like, there's nothing Trump can do at this point. Like, I'm going to confront the woman. What are you going to do? You don't get to take the stand now. You don't get to take the stand. You're done. There's closing arguments. You don't get to make the closing argument for your lawyer. Although, to be honest, I don't think you could do a worse job than what he's already done. So why are you even coming back? You're going to confront her on the street? I mean, what does that mean, Donald? You missed your chance. You chose to not be present at the trial. You let your bumbling, fumbling lawyer handle it for you, and it could not have gone worse. It's likely we will have a verdict at some point next week, so stay tuned. I'll be shocked. I will genuinely be shocked if that jury finds in favor of Donald Trump, just based solely on how bad Joe Tacopina has performed during this entire trial. Hey everyone, this is Aspen. And did you know that for the low cost of $0 per day, you can subscribe to the Fair and Balanced YouTube channel. We also encourage you to like, comment, and share, but again, click that subscribe button and help Aspen not be so grumpy.